Okay. Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. Thanks for joining me again on the live stream, live from Michigan, where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. Welcome to the special Black Friday edition. I'm a day early this week because we're going out tomorrow to meet some friends and relatives out of state. So not too far. We're just going down across the Michigan line to my home state of Indiana. But thank you guys for joining. For those of you who are looking at this on Saturday, sorry that it happened yesterday, but time travelers, whatever. So here we are. Let's see. Let's get this thing going. Enough chit chat. All right, welcome everybody. I'm glad to be here. Next to the rig and the setup. I think I got everything working tonight. Microphone, yes, appears to be on. Maybe a little too high, whatever. It's looking good. So we had a little bit of a pullback this morning because of a news story that was about a new variation, strain, mutation, what have you, of the ever-present COVID-19 virus, so to speak. Right. It was just a story. It was full of lots of mights and maybes, but the market took it hard. And it was a global market rout slash pullback, and we saw pretty much the same thing that happened in March of 2020. When everything pretty much sold, even back then, even gold. But I think at that point, everyone was looking for cash. It was kind of a liquidity crisis. Like, I need cash right now. So all speculative investments were pretty much converted to cash, right? And stocks, bonds, Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies. Now, we didn't see the entire market pullback. There were some coins that were up today. I can point them out on in my portfolio. And then I guess I heard that gold was a little bit up today too. So, which sort of fits the narrative of people looking to get into hard assets. But I think it was more of a panic sell than anything. Because nothing has really happened yet because of this variant. We're just hearing news that it was discovered, and even the World Health Organization says we haven't even had time to figure it out, what's going on with it. They said that people should not overreact, don't do any travel bans, but they did travel bans anyway, right? So it's quite a jump, but crypto was affected, right? But there are some pretty cool stories about, what happened around this event that I think are kind of cool. So let's dive in. I really didn't have, let's go over here to this, right? And let's see. Actually, we'll start over on this one, right? Because I'm kind of facing you guys now. I want to thank everybody that's here tonight. Buddy Love is here. Good to have you. I don't know if... Oh, yeah, Dan is around. Yeah, Dan is here. I spoke with Dan earlier today via text. I took advantage of Black Friday myself and went to the mall with my son. My wife and daughter were on their shopping spree. As it turns out, Black Friday is my wife's favorite holiday of the entire year. She talks about it all year long, and as it approaches, she gets all excited, and where am I going to go? And, she's planning, am I going to go here? Am I going to go there? And, she gets some spending money ready. I gave my daughter a bunch of cash so she could go out and play. So they had a good time. And my son wanted to go to Five Guys Burgers. I don't know if you guys are... Is that what they are? Five Guys Burgers. Man, they're good. Fresh burgers and fries, chocolate shake, all that good stuff. So we had our little fun. So anyway, I didn't get a chance to do all the news stories. It was been kind of hectic. I had to run some errands, so I got back. I took a short nap. I had an hour before the live stream. I was going to put some news up. I didn't get a chance, but I've looked at some news stories that I want to talk about, but I don't have them linked down below. Let's go ahead and pop out chat. Maybe I can link them as we go. I'll try to do this on the fly. I don't know why my chat is huge when I pop it out now. It's just one of those things. I just can't. It used to be small enough to where I could resize it from the corner, and now the corner is down below where aha, there it is. Lucky me, I caught it, right? I have that. So Buddy is here, Dan is here, Gary Anderson, Josh Davis, Mantris, Sinkle, let's go over here. Whoops, let's go over here. Sinkle, I'm going to try to pronounce that right. Vicus, good to have you. I'm sorry if I mangled your name. Christopher Abbott, Mr. David, yay, Whataburger for me. Five Guys Burgers was pretty good, but we also went to Wahlburgers, the Wahlberg family burger chain, which there's one in downtown Grand Rapids, which was not bad either. Pretty good fries and burger. I won't delete anybody, I hope, unless you're spamming. Jay Smith is here. What exchange would you recommend for spot trading? I've been using Coinbase Pro, but looking for an alternative in the U.S., San Antonio, Texas. I kind of, it's good to have more than one exchange. You don't want to just be like all in on one exchange because it could be down, and that one exchange may not have all the coins you're looking for. I don't know what your goal is there as far as finding the lowest fees or the best service or the fastest trades or what it is you're after. But I try to spread myself across several exchanges. I do a lot of trading on decentralized exchanges, DEXs. We'll play around with PancakeSwap tonight. Maybe a little Trader Joe over on the AVX Avalanche platform. But I'm trying to, do trading on the DEXs because it's more pure crypto than centralized exchanges. There are advantages and disadvantages to both. But as far as centralized exchanges, I have a Kraken account. I used to use Bittrex a lot. I don't use Bittrex much, but I know that Bittrex is a US-based exchange. Well, let's just, we'll just check them over here while we're playing around. Let's go over here. So let's see. We've got, of course, Kraken, right? Kraken is a US-based exchange that you can use. They have a lot of coins that you can't get on Coinbase. Kind of surprising. I don't know if you can get them and get Kraken in every state, but they do have a lot of coins that you don't see on Coinbase for some bizarre reason. And then, of course, our old friend Binance US. We can no longer trade on Binance proper in the US. They've got all kinds of restrictions on us. Basically, they want KYC now. So you can't, if you're not in the US, you can't do KYC. They won't take you if you're in the US. So you have to use Binance US, which is not a bad platform, right? It's pretty close to Binance. It doesn't have every coin that Binance has. If you hold BNB in your wallet, you will save on trading fees. I don't know if they still do that. I think they do. But some of your fees get paid in BNB, which is Binance coin, which is the native coin of the Binance blockchain. They also have a blockchain. They claim not to have control or ownership over it, but it's sort of, I don't know, it's weird, right? The Binance blockchain is sort of, when you are swapping things on, like, in Binance wallets, you're sort of using their exchange under the hood. At least that's been my perception. In fact, they stopped providing Binance Bridge, which was supposedly some sort of service that allowed you to do cross-chain transfers. But I don't know, it probably wasn't regulatory compliant because you could like move Binance pegged Bitcoin onto the normal Bitcoin chain. It was quite handy, but they stopped providing that. But I'm assuming that when you did that, you were probably just going on, you know, it was getting transferred to the Binance exchange and you were swapping, you know, their coin for Bitcoin, right? Anyway, and then it would end up in your wallet on the other end. But anyway, that's beside the point. All right, and then I mentioned Bittrex, right? Oops. I think it's it. Bittrex, B-I-T-T Bittrex, Bittrex. I haven't used them in a while. They were a little kind of funky. They're California based, if I'm not mistaken, but I think they're trying to appeal to a broader audience now. They're a little easier to use. I remember at some point they were like, they would allow you to do wire transfers, but it was a minimum of 1,000, I think, for withdrawals or deposit. I don't know which one it was, but there was a bar to, you know, entry. But because I think they were trying to appeal to pro traders or whatever. But now they're more into, you know, trying to attract the retail investor. So you got them, of course, Gemini. I guess is that Gemini Exchange, which they're claiming they're number one. I guess I know that you can use Gemini in New York. It's one of the few for people in New York. I don't think people in New York can use Binance US. I'm not sure. And I know there used to be an issue with people in New York using Coinbase. I don't know if that's been resolved yet. I don't live in New York, so I don't follow this kind of stuff. All I know is that it's kind of a hassle for people in New York and Hawaii, Scott will tell you, for some bizarre reason. And then, of course, you've got Coinbase Pro, which is basically Coinbase plus... If you have a Coinbase account, then you can use the same credentials to log into Coinbase Pro, right? Same company, but two different sites with different style. And Coinbase is for your beginners, and Coinbase Pro is for people that are more comfortable with trading, right? Let's log into this guy here. 909. Now, I had a long discussion with a very nice lady, person, who had sent me some emails having trouble getting logged back into her Coinbase wallet on her phone. And Coinbase is an exchange, but they also bought a wallet, which is a phone-based wallet. Whoops, that's not what I want. Let me see if I can get in here and show you. And so a couple of things that we discussed, which I think are difficult / mysterious to newcomers. And I hope you guys, regular viewers, don't mind me talking too much about the basic stuff. So there is this thing called Coinbase Wallet. And you can download it to your phone and you can use it. It is a non-custodial wallet, but for some reason it's owned by Coinbase, but it wasn't built by them. Somebody else built it, and then Coinbase just kind of bought it. I don't know if they have any people on there that work on it. They must, right? But they're probably separate from, you know, the regular Coinbase people. But you can connect it to your Coinbase account, and it makes it really easy to transfer funds between Coinbase and this wallet, right? So I guess that's kind of one of its features. But like I said, it is non-custodial. And when you set it up, you're given a seed phrase, a 12-word seed phrase. And I don't know if it forces you. It should force you. Every wallet should force you to write down and verify your 12-word recovery phrase. It's vital. But I don't know if they do or not. I haven't set it up in a long time. There are some wallets out there that's just sort of lets you skip the backup step. They're like, do you want to back up now? And you're like, no, I don't. I want to just use it. And then something screws up and the wallet's gone. Because it's non-custodial, you're responsible for it. Now, I want to just lay this out here for you guys. I use a lot of phone-based wallets. This is one of them. As you can see, I don't really use this wallet that much. But a phone-based non-custodial wallet like Trust Wallet, you have to back it up, and when you get a new phone, it will not transfer to your new phone. To me, this is obvious, but for a lot of people, it is not. And they get a new phone, and they go into they've got crypto in their wallet. They get their brand new phone. They go into the Verizon store, the AT&T store, or whatever, and they go, can you help me transfer everything? And Apple makes it easy now. I don't know about Android, but Apple makes it easy to do a phone-to-phone transfer from your old phone to your new phone. All that does is transfer your pictures, your contacts, your phone number, and your apps, right? And some of the apps still work, like Gmail will still work on your new phone, right? Because you have to log into it once you get on the new phone, right? But cryptocurrency wallets will not transfer when you buy a brand new phone. And so they get their new phone, they run home, they open up their wallet, and boom, there's nothing there. And they freak out. And rightly so, they should, right? And it opens up and it acts like it's brand new. And it asks you, well, what do you want to do? You want to set it up new or do you want to restore? Well, the nice lady that I was dealing with tried to restore, and just like for the life of her, she could not. And I talk to you guys a lot about stuff like this. I mean, I talk to people, I say things, I think they get it, but it goes past them because they're frustrated, they're somewhere else. And I told her early on, it's in order. It's got numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If you look at it, when you back it up, it has numbers, right? But it's presented in column format. There's like three columns of 4 rows each, I guess, right out. And I said, they're numbered. They need to be in and enter them in order. Well, she didn't have access to either the old wallet or the new wallet for some bizarre reason. I don't know why she still had the old phone. I don't know. And then I guess after all this back and forth, she goes, you know what I tried? I tried entering it row instead of by column. And I was like, I know, I told you that a really long time ago that it's numbered. But when she wrote it down, I guess she just wrote it like she saw it. She didn't write the numerals next to each word. And that's very important. The order of your backup phrase is very important. So if you've got any wallets on your phone, like this wallet or Trust Wallet, let me move this here. I just don't want to see this particular wallet. I'm going to switch it over to this other wallet. Okay. All right. So if you are running Trust Wallet on your phone, you better go check to make sure you got your 12-word backup phrase written down somewhere. Right? And you can even verify it in Trust Wallet. You can go over here to the wallet, and then you can go to the I, and then tap this show recovery phrase and write it down. If you don't have it written down, write it down, right? And you're going to need one for each wallet. You'll notice I got 4 wallets in here. I got a recovery phrase for each one of those wallets. So when I get a new phone, I'm going to need to restore this wallet onto the new phone, right? Because it's not going to transfer over, right, automatically, right? Another thing that does not transfer over when you buy a new phone is Google Authenticator. I've done some videos on Google Authenticator, and I have quite a few. I've been using Google Authenticator for a long time, and people get confused. Is it good? Is it for this? Is it for that? And with Coinbase, you've got your coin. You notice I've got a Coinbase code there. Well, I think she thought it was for her wallet, but it wasn't. It was for her Coinbase account, right? So you don't get all mixed up and confused about all this stuff, right? But you can export your codes to a different phone. But in order to use this export feature, you must have the old phone in your possession. So if you get a new phone, please, 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 if you upgrade, hold on to your old phone long enough to do all these transfers, right? Don't lose crypto over this stuff, right? Crypto is math, right? And math does not care, right? Math is it either is or it isn't. And people get freaked out over that. They're like, well, why can't I call somebody? I'm like, because it's math, right? It's math. It does not care if who you know. You can call Coinbase Central. You can call like the CEO of Coinbase. He can't get your wallet back for you, right? You're responsible for this stuff, right? So make sure when you get a new phone that you hold on to the old phone long enough to import and export your old Google codes, right? Otherwise, you're going to have to go through heck enabling and disabling and calling Coinbase to get your 2FA disabled so you can get into your account. It's a nightmare. As well it should be. If it were easy to get into your account, if it were easy to bypass two-factor, then two-factor wouldn't be very strong, right? So it's hard, right? You got to go through heaven and earth to every account you own and deal with, contacting them and proving who you are and everything. So export your stuff and make sure your wallets are backed up so that you can import your wallets on your new phone, right? I just wanted to talk about that because, sometimes we get above and beyond all the basics, and a lot of people here are basic. They're here to learn, and so, sage advice. Okay, so we talked about exchanges. I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the news stories here. As you guys know, you should know, there was a pullback, as I mentioned earlier, surrounding that. Here, let's just open up a news story. We'll go over here. This new COVID strain that has been discovered that hasn't made anybody sick as far as I know. I'm sure there's people that have it, right? But you hear a lot in the news about, there were 500 cases, but they never say if they were sick or not, right? They're like, they tested positive. Well, were they sick? Well, some of them probably were, but most of them asymptomatic is what they call. A disease so dangerous you have to get tested so you know you have it, right? So I don't know, just try to be rational, right? You made your investments, so, stick to them or, try to liquidate on the green days. Don't wait for a red day to, try to get out of something, right? It's a really bad experience, right? So that's the story, right? Bitcoin offers Black Friday deal with sub 55K BTC price, right? Let's put that over there. Actually, I didn't get the, that's going to be our head story, right? First of all, let's cap it. I'm going to have to cap this real quick over in Word. So it looks nice, right? We'll copy that. We'll put that in there. That's our top story. Our top story tonight, Generalissimo Francisco Franco is still dead. Copy that. I don't know if any of you guys remember the first couple of seasons of Saturday Night Live. 1975, 1976. Good stuff, man. If you've got Hulu, go check out like the first couple of seasons of Saturday Night Live. I was thinking about George Harrison. And I went and I knew he had been on Saturday Night Live when I was a kid. And so I look for it. It was season 2, I believe season 2, episode 8. It was Paul Simon. Paul Simon was the host, and his musical guest was George Effin Harrison. And they got on the stage together and sang together. Acoustic guitar, a cappella, right? They sang Here Comes the Sun together. Paul Simon and George Harrison. And then they sang Homeward Bound together. George Harrison and Paul Simon singing Homeward Bound. It was incredible. Anyway, hidden gem, right? All right, so we got Bitcoin that was on sale today, right? Because of the COVID scare, right? That just scared the crap out of everybody. Okay, overnight sell-off sparked by declining U.S. dollar and macro markets, rattled by a new coronavirus variant. Blah, 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 blah. Mainstream media highlight the fall. Of course, everyone was talking about, Bitcoin's down. It's in a bear market now because it's 20% off. We talked about this, right? Bitcoin was at 69,000 for like 2 hours, right? And then it went back down to where it was before, which was like 64, 65. So because it popped up to 69,000 for a couple hours, that's its all-time high. And they compare everything else to that, right? So they're like, oh, Bitcoin's 20% off its all-time high. I'm like, dude, seriously, right? It's not a very clean comparison, right? It's off. It's probably back, or maybe 15. Not that that's a big deal, right? Bitcoin can drop 20% in a couple hours. Usually more like 10 or 15. But it's really, even today, it's really only like 15 and 10% off its peak, which was that week, which was only 2-3 weeks ago, of like mid 60s, like 65,000. Right? So what? Right? If you bought Bitcoin at its peak in 2017 of 20,000, not quite 20,000, you'd still be in the green today, right? So yes, Bitcoin is volatile. It goes up and down, but it's, in the long run, it's been a good investment, long term, right? Let's look at this story here. I think this is a cool story. El Salvador celebrates Black Friday, buys 100 BTC, for 20% off, right? So El Salvador, every time there's a pullback, El Salvador's like, dude, we're buying more Bitcoin, which is pretty cool, right? Let's see, what am I doing here? Oh yeah, I'm going to copy this link so you guys can check these links out later. All right, I'll just put that there. Good stuff, right? So we've got Bitcoin's pullback. We've got El Salvador buying more. What else we got to talk about? Let's see. What else is good now? So we're at 53.8, right? It's actually still down, right? Still down from where it was. Let's see if we can figure out a way to buy some Bitcoin, right? Yeah, I think, yeah, I might use KuCoin. Let's see. Anything else good we can talk about? Like I said, I didn't get a chance to link all the stories, but so we'll just move on, right? And then I didn't get a chance to do a itinerary for what I was going to do, but check out all my affiliate links. Click them if you like them. Buy them if you want them, right? I got a lot of good stuff for people that are interested in crypto. Oh, I also did another video. Let's see if I can, let's see, channel content. Let's go over there real quick. I did another video on a great new service. They contacted me. It's called CoinStats. Let me just make sure that I've got this link correct. I'm pretty sure. Let's just put that in there, right? CoinStats. It is a cryptocurrency portfolio tracker, and if you'll look, I'll give you kind of a peek as to what's going on in my portfolio. You create an account, you can log into it, and they're giving you good deals right now, right? It is a paid service. If you're just a normal user, like you can have 10 wallets and 10 exchanges. I have more than 10 wallets, so I went with the premium. But it works really well. It's a good tracker for, to look at what the state of your portfolio is at any given time. And it links directly to your exchanges and your wallets, right? Now, I talked to some people and they were asking me in the comments if it was good for taxes. I don't know that it's that great for doing taxes. I think CoinTracker.io or Bitcoin.tax, those are more specialized tax prep services. They will actually generate the tax forms for you if you use those services, right? This service, you might be able to export some of the data for your tax guy, but it would be a little complicated. I look at it more as a portfolio tracker. I personally like to find a piece of software that does one thing really well, right? Now, I know a lot of you like to use Ledger Live to track your holdings, and as well you should, right? It does that for you. Ledger Live being the software that you can use for your Ledger device. All right, and that's all well and good, but it's not the greatest portfolio tracker. One of the problems I have with it is that it gives you weird information, like it tracks your wallet. It'll say, oh, well, your wallet's up today because you just put some Bitcoin in it. I know I put some Bitcoin in it. Or when I transfer Bitcoin out, it'll like show up here that the wallet's down, right? It just sort of tracks what's in the wallet, right? It doesn't really give you, it gives you the current price, which is fine, but it's not going to give you historical price data the way this portfolio tracker does, right? And then another drawback to Ledger Live is you can put coins in there that will show up in your wallet, but they won't give you pricing information. Like Polka Starter and Syntropy, which are ERC20 tokens, they do not show me pricing information. That does not mean that they're worthless. It just means that Coinbase price APIs don't have the tracking price data for these coins, right? And then there are some coins that Ledger doesn't support at all, right? That even coins that I have in that are Ledger based, like for example, my Solana wallet. If you look over here, I've got a Solflare wallet that has Solana in it, along with several Solana-based tokens. Now, this is a Ledger-based wallet, right? When I set up this wallet, I connected it to my Ledger device. I have the Solana app, and this wallet is, the private keys for this wallet are on my Ledger device, but they don't show up in Ledger Live. Ledger Live does not support Solana. So, right there, Ledger Live fails as a overarching portfolio tracker because it can't track my Solana holdings or my Metamask stuff that I've got on Binance Smart Chain and all that. You can sort of finagle it to do some of that, but the point I'm trying to make is that Ledger Live is not really the best portfolio tracker. It's a great wallet, right? Can manage a lot of coins for you. So I use Ledger Live as a wallet because that's, to me, that's its strength. You can do swap, you can do buy sell, but these are all like third-party services that are sort of integrated in with Ledger Live. It's sort of like the Swiss Army knife. I don't know if any of you ever did software I was a software, I majored in computer science when I was in college. So we learned a lot about software engineering. And, you know, there's this thing called the Swiss Army knife syndrome, right? Where you build a piece of software that tries to be too much and does too much. So for me, software, a piece of software should do one thing and do it very well. And that's really all I want to do, right? I'm going to use this for my wallet. I'm going to use CoinTracker for my taxes. And then I've got various wallets that I use when I'm, you know, doing stuff, moving things around. And then I've got this portfolio tracker software that I lost here that I can connect all these wallets to, which I think is pretty cool. So you'll notice here I got Coinbase. I've got Coinbase Pro. These, I had to use APIs for this, right? And the video that I dropped the other day does a pretty good job of that, which I didn't even post that video for you. I mean, I didn't. I'll give you the link to that video. It's doing pretty well. I'm pretty happy about it. All right. So I know I'm talking too much. So let me go over and see what's going on with you guys. I know I'm talking too much. Let's go back over here. We'll talk more about this in a minute. Let me see what's going on. I'm sorry if Dan's probably in there trying to answer questions for everybody. He does a great job. And if I don't get to your question, if you've got a burning question, you can shoot me an email during the live stream, right? Down here in the description, if we go back, let's go back here. If we go back and look down in the description of this video, you'll see that my email's down there, thecryptodad@gmail.com. You guys could shoot me an email even during the live stream, and I will try to get to it. Try to keep your questions precise as possible, right? Don't just say, sir, I need your help. It's not going to help me much. I don't know what you need. You know. Okay, somebody just dropped a tip. That was pretty cool. Thanks again for your help last Monday about linking the Metamask ledger. Oh, no problem. Right, I wanted to kind of talk about that. Let's put that in there. Link ledger to Metamask. Whoops. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. All right. The Ledger device is quite versatile. A lot of people that are newcomers get really butthurt when Ledger Live doesn't support every crypto that they're after, you know. It does what it does pretty good in Ledger Live. But there's this whole world of functionality that the Ledger device supports, right? You can connect it to that Solana wallet I showed you. You can connect it to Metamask and manage all kinds of chains with your Ledger device, right? So don't get all freaked out when Ledger Live doesn't support everything you want, right? Because it's not perfect, right? Like I said, I think of it more as a wallet, but even in that capacity, it's somewhat limited because it doesn't support all the cryptos. Ledger Live, right? But the device is the bomb, right? The device can do a lot. It can store private keys. That's really the beauty of this device. Your private keys are stored on here, right? That's it. That should be enough. That should be enough, right? All right. So, but let's talk about CoinStats a little more. I did the video and I showed you how to set up Coinbase, Coinbase Pro, and Binance US. They're basically, you have to set up the API and they give you all the instructions on how you do it, right? And then I went in and I set up my Ledger wallet. And it was a bit tricky. I tried it a few times before I actually had a good piece of video that I could post, right? There's a lot of trial and error when I'm recording videos. And I've had times, we all have those days where I'm trying to record a video to show somebody how to do something, demo some functionality of a wallet or whatever, and have given up. I'm just like, it just doesn't work for me. And I'm like, screw this. I'm not gonna post a video that's a total fail, right? There were some times where I tried to do videos on how to store EOS on the ledger, and I tried so many times I couldn't make it work. And I got to the point where I was like, I'm not gonna mess around with EOS. And people keep asking me about it over the years, right? Can you show me how to store EOS on a ledger? I'm like, no, I can't. I can't make it happen. Just like crappy software. So anyway, it took me a few tries to get the Ledger wallet set up so that, as you can see here, the Ledger wallet has these sub wallets within it. Even though I know I have more than that, these are the ones that I was really interested in tracking, right? So we got a Bitcoin wallet, which I can look at individually, which at the moment is empty, right? We could add a new one to that, right? I don't know which one that is. Anyway, I won't play around with that. And then I've got a Litecoin wallet in here, a Ledger wallet, and when you import Ledger wallets, they pull in all your ERC20 tokens. Notice how it knows the price of Polkastarter, whereas Ledger Live does not, right? Polkastarter token, I got 578. It can't give me the current value or, any information about it. So this software works better, right? So having importing the Ethereum wallet gives me all this. I've got a Stellar wallet, which shows me some of my Stellar-based tokens, which is pretty cool. And then I can click up here on the Ledger wallet, and it gives me an overview of all of the tokens in that Ledger wallet. Now, the cool thing is the Metamask wallet. When I took this Metamask wallet and just imported the public address of the Metamask wallet, not only did it pull in the Ethereum side of the Metamask wallet, if you guys watched me, you'll see that I've got a lot of different networks configured in my MetaMask wallet with coins in them. And so CoinStats detected that I had coins on the Binance Smart Chain side of MetaMask. I had coins in the Polygon side of MetaMask. And I had coins in the Avalanche side of MetaMask, right? So that was pretty cool that it saw all of those wallets and pulled them in. And I can click on the MetaMask and get an overview of all of the coins in all 4 networks. And I can look at all of them in one interface and see like a total, right? I can see each individual coin, like this Binance US. Whoops, I don't know why I did that. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, I kind of dove down in there a little bit, which is, haven't even explored that yet. But we've got Binance Coin, we've got Ethereum, right? We got them both right next to each other, even though they're in different networks, right? But they're in that same wallet, which, by the way, has the same address, right? If we look at our MetaMask wallet over here, this is the one right here. It ends in C864, right? There's the BNB. You'll notice there's some BNB in there. Actually, there's more BNB because there's actually some BNB in the Avalanche side, 0.3. You can transfer BNB over to the Avalanche side, right? So we've got all our Binance Smart Chain tokens. This particular token here I know is on the Ethereum side. We've got, let's see if I can find, this router protocol is in the Polygon network side. So it's pretty cool how it can give us an overview and we can dive down into each network and do that. That's pretty cool. And then also it can see my Solana wallet, right? I put the public address of the Solana wallet in there and it sees the Solana and my Solana-based tokens. So really a good, versatile portfolio tracker. And you can also use it on your phone, right? Once you've got it set up, like this. You can download their app. And wow, that's kind of weird. I don't know if I like this one or not. Let's go back to something a little more sane. I'm all for fish and corals, but that's a little weird. There was one that I saw. Oh, this one, Grand National. This one looks nice. There, I like that. It's nice. All right. Let's look at our phone here real quick. I've got a copy of CoinStats on my phone. So basically, all you really have to do is download the app, and then you just log in with your username and password, and it gives you full access to all of those wallets. Although I did notice that it did take a while to sync. I did some trades, and then I opened up the phone side, and you see up here that little up here, it just synced, right? But when I opened it up last night, it said 4 hours, and then I tapped on it, and it took it a while to like resync to the current state of all my wallets. But right now, it looks like it's pretty much synced up to all my wallets. So when I'm on the go, I can, okay, there's my Ledger wallet, there's my Binance US, there's my Coinbase Pro, right? And then at the very top is the overview of all of the holdings across all the wallets and all the exchanges. So it's pretty cool, right? The Ledger portfolio. So pretty cool piece of software, right? For something that you need, right? I still haven't got all my wallets connected to it. All right, so let me see what you guys are talking about over here. Oh, someone's from Tokyo. Yanmo, good to have you from Tokyo. Well, that's great. Mr. Scott, where is Mr. Scott? I'm sorry, is Scott Lee? Oh yeah, Scott's here. Haven't smoked turkey for Thanksgiving. That's good, right? I did not have any turkey yet. We're gonna maybe have some turkey tomorrow when we go to that buffet at Pokagon. I just finished the leftovers. Yay! We went out to eat last night, but we were a bit late getting out of the house, and by the time we got to Bob Evans, they were closed for dine-in, right? Takeout only. And then so we tried a different Bob Evans, which when we called, they said they were open till 7, but they were closed, right? But the doors were locked. There were people in there. So, but we ended up at Logan's Roadhouse, or Logan's Roadhouse Steakhouse. Good place. They were open. So we had steak for Thanksgiving. Nothing wrong with that, huh? CryptoDad, I'm new to BTC and crypto, and I'm setting up my Electrum wallet and offline cold Electrum, but I don't trust the servers. I don't want them to know my IP. Should I use... Okay, the first thing I'll say to INSP is, lighten up, Francis. If you ever saw Stripes, lighten up, right? I get it, right? You don't want anybody to know your IP. Okay, I get it, but I see a lot of newcomers get too wrapped up in the mechanics and uber security and uber cryptography, and they mess around, and they lose their crypto because they were like way overboard with security. I get a lot of people, they'll say stuff like, oh, I used Electrum to set up a paper wallet back in 2017. Now I don't remember the password. What can I do? And I'm like, nothing. There is nothing you can do when you encrypt wallets and you encrypt paper wallets. Just like if you're new to crypto, keep it simple. Right? Don't go crazy with, oh, I'm worried someone's going to see my IP. If that's who you are, that's who you are. But if you're just a newcomer, like a lot of people are into crypto. Why are you worried about someone knowing that you have crypto, right? Just lighten up, right? You want to download the Electrum Bitcoin wallet? Great. It's a nice free wallet, desktop-based wallet. It's a great wallet. I've used it before. I still have one on my computer. Open source, very secure, right? We all like open source software. Bitcoin is open source. That's all great stuff. If you don't want anyone to see your IP, then use a VPN if that's your thing, if you're worried about it. But I would not worry so much about you don't trust their servers. Okay, you're going to have to trust somebody, right? Bitcoin is also a piece of software that is open source. So if you don't trust their servers, then go find a full node wallet, right? If you're that, if you don't trust their servers. You control the private key on this wallet, right? They're not going to be stealing your crypto from you. The servers are only there to query the current state of the blockchain. That's all public information. That's all you're getting from their servers is the current state of the blockchain, right? They're not there to steal your crypto. When you download this wallet and set it up, they're going to have you write down a seed phrase. That is your human readable representation of your private key. Your private key is being stored on your computer somewhere in your Windows file system. It's a desktop-based wallet. So keep your private key private, write your recovery phrase, keep it in a safe place, and keep your computer clean of viruses and malware. And that's it. There's no reason not to trust their servers. Their servers are just giving you the current state of the blockchain so you don't have to download the entire blockchain to your computer. But I've had people with this before, you know. I think I remember writing something in a comment. I was like, are you going to connect to the internet with your mind? Because you're going to have to connect at some point, right? So people were so paranoid of the internet. I'm like, the blockchain is internet based, right? You've got to connect to it at some point if you want to use Bitcoin. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude or dismissive of your security, your OPSEC, right? Everybody has their own level of comfort, but you've got to trust somebody somewhere, somehow, right? That's what Bitcoin is. You trusting. It's a decentralized peer-to-peer network, right? If you don't trust it, then don't use it. Buy gold, right? You don't have to trust anybody with gold, except the guy down at the gold store who might have somebody follow you home, right? And you're going to drive over there in your car that has a tracking system. Almost every car has like tracking now. If you have a car that's less than 5 years old, it's probably got some kind of tracking and ability, right? You've got your phone with you that people can track you on that. Even if you have all of your stuff turned off, they can still track you by cell tower info, right? So you get on your computer and you do a Google search. Those are all saved. Unless you're on VPN 24/7, and then you don't have much functionality, right? It kind of makes the you're searching for a coffee shop, and it gives you results from Siberia. You have to live your life, man. That's what the internet was invented for, right? Well, we don't really know. It was invented, but I use it to be connected to the world and make life convenient for me. When I do a Google search, I want a coffee shop in my neighborhood. So I want them to know where I'm at, right? My wife forgot where she parked her car at the mall, and the phone told her where it was because the phone saved that info, right? Life, modern life, love modern life, man. It's great. Google knows where I'm going. My Best Buy app knows where I'm going. Hey, you're close to a Best Buy. Hey, you're close to a donut shop or whatever. I pulled out my phone when I was at Wahlburgers the other day, and it said, hey, I can see you're at Wahlburgers. You want to know more about Wahlburgers? I'm like, sure, Google, tell me. Right? I don't know. If you're on a secret mission or whatever, leave your phone at home, put on your black costume and paint your face black and creep around in the bushes. That's your thing, right? Otherwise, live your life, man. Bitcoin is transparent anyway, right? If you buy Bitcoin on an exchange and you transfer it to your Bitcoin wallet, even if you're hiding your IP, you're going to have to spend at some point, right? Okay. Unless all of your friends are also hiding their IPs. All right. I'm so glad you guys are all here tonight. I'm sorry I'm going freaky on you guys tonight. CryptoDad, I'm new to BC and crypto. Okay, I think we've talked to Ivan quite a bit. I see your red flags. Yes, use a VPN. All right? Isn't that what the question was? Full node wallet, like Bitcoin Core, yes, which sucks. Who wants to use a full node wallet, man? Ugh, they suck. Electrum is so much better because it queries servers for the current state of the blockchain. No. The market will come back. Yes. I appreciate your directness, LOL. It's good. Like I said, it's good to have you. Right. And, I've done some videos on Tor. If you're, privacy oriented, I did some pretty good videos on setting up a Debian wallet back in the day. They might be a little bit outdated. Let's see if I can do this. CryptoDad Debian. Right, so this was back before I even knew how to edit videos, right? All my videos were like, back in 2017, they were like one shot, one take, right? Because I didn't have editing software. I had recording software. And so I had to do these in like 4 parts. So I show you from step 1 all the way to downloading the Debian and then you set up Debian with no personal information, and you basically, and then you encrypt it on a flash drive on a computer so that the flash drive holds the key, the encryption key, so that you can store the flash drive separate, and even the NSA could like find your laptop and not be able to gain access to it because you have moved that encryption key onto your flash drive, and even the flash drive has to have a passcode to get into it. I mean, if you want to go full on, like, high tech, anonymous, whatever, check out these videos, man. I give you like step by step on how you set it up, right? And then Tor, right? I show you how to download the Tor browser and get on the dark web if you want to do that. But I started this thing off as a hobby, and I mean, the Tor videos are pretty popular. I get a lot of hits on them, but my real passion is crypto for the beginner, and that's kind of where my channel gravitated towards that, right? So all of the privacy and security and anonymity stuff kind of fell by the wayside because it's practically impossible in today's society. And if you sit down at that Debian box that you've created, there's not a lot of functionality while you're on there. You can't check your email, you can't browse the web or whatever, because you don't want to reveal anything about yourself while you're on there, right? So it's like a whole separate, cubby hole of your life, right? And I got tired of it. I'm like, I just want to use my computer and do whatever I want and browse the web and, buy stuff on Amazon and check my Gmail and, look for coffee shops in my neighborhood, right? Tor it's pretty specialized kind of thing. That's what you're into. Okay. Having trouble moving 0.5 ETH from Ledger S to Coinbase, tried 6 times, failed each time, incurred over $70 in fees. Well, I'm really sorry to hear that. let's see. So if we're in Coinbase, let's say we're in Coinbase, right? Which it's probably logged me out at this point. All right. Bobbity boo. Oh, okay. Let's go. God, it wants me to go through all this again. Okay. I'll go through it all. Here we go. Okay. All right, so you want to put some ETH in here. So you're going to say send, receive. Pardon me. Receive Ethereum. All right. And they're going to give you an Ethereum address for your Coinbase account, right? So, and if you go over here to your Ethereum wallet, let's see, do I have any? Okay, that's a different ledger. There's not a whole lot of Ethereum in this wallet right now. Actually, why don't we throw some Ethereum in there, right? So I'm gonna wipe that clipboard and put in this address. Right? It's my Ethereum address of my ledger-based wallet. Let's go over to my Metamask wallet. And we're going to switch it over to Ethereum. Right? There's some Ethereum in here. I'm not going to move all of that, but I'm going to put some in my ledger-based wallet, right? That's the address of my, let's see, I'm sending some Ethereum from one wallet to another. Right? And how much am I going to send? Let's send, how much was in here? 0.5. Let's send 0.1. All right, which is about $400 worth of Ethereum. Let's hit next. Now here's my fee, right? It's giving me it's giving me a $10 worth of Ethereum fee to send $400. And that's medium, right? We can edit that and change from low to medium or high. This is our MetaMask interface, right? I like to keep it at the default. I'm not going to sweat it. Let's hit confirm there. No, I don't want that to happen. It's going to, because I had PancakeSwap open. Let's go back here. All right, so as you can see, it's pending. And this is kind of where the rubber meets the road, right? Is it going to go through or not? If it does go through, happy days, right? Our $10 will be well spent, right? If it does not go through, then we're going to have to try again, and the $10 that we spent is gone, right? You do not get reimbursed for your transfer fees. But notice there that I could have spent a little more to make sure it went through on a busy day, right? There are certain times when the Ethereum network is bogged down, and today would be one of those events, right? We're kind of today was kind of a mini black swan event. So boom, it went through. All right. So because today being a mini black swan event, we had a lot of people out there on the internet selling their tokens on exchanges, right? So I'm surprised I didn't hear a story about Coinbase going down. But you're also getting people that are selling their coins over on Uniswap and all these DEXs, or they're like you're trying to move your Ethereum over to your exchange on a really busy day. So, and let's see here. Let's get this. Let's hit done. Let's refresh. We should see the Ethereum come into this wallet, right? So now we're going to do a mini recreation of what you were trying to do. You were trying to send 0.5, right? Okay. Let's go back over to Coinbase. Let's get that address of our Coinbase account. And then let's go back to our Ledger Live. You're trying to send some Ethereum out of your wallet, right? So let's say, okay, I'm trying to send some Ethereum to this address. That's my Coinbase account. And how much am I going to send? I've got 0.13 in there. Let's do 0.05, which is about $200 worth of Ethereum. right? Now, here's our choices, right? We can go slow at 8. A lot of people that are trying to save money choose slow. I would not recommend it. It's heart-wrenching. If you're that worried about your fees, you're going to be super worried about your Ethereum transfer. Believe you me, right? If you're carefree like I am, I could care less. If I lose 200, I lose 200, right? It's going to cost me $10.29. So what, right? If you're carefree like me, then just go with it, right? But if you're all like, I'm trying to save $2, I'm gonna go slow, you're gonna freak out because it's gonna take half an hour or an hour to get there, and you're gonna be freaking out, right? Just go medium, man. Just spend the extra money. And if you're like weirdly like in a hurry, then maybe go fast, right? I think you used to be able to do custom, advanced, right? You used to be able to I think you can do that if you want to go there, right? But just stick with the default. You'll probably be okay. All right, so we're going to spend $10 on this, right? Now we're in the ledger-based wallet. So we're going to need to, the private key for this wallet is on my ledger device. So I'm going to have to authorize this transaction with my ledger. So I'm going to enter my PIN here. All right, it worked first try. That's good. Oh my gosh, what have I done over here? I don't know what I did, but somehow the cord was tangled. All right, so let's move this guy over here. Let's bring up camera A or whatever you want to call it. There it is. Let's bring it in. Let's take a look at what we got here. Oh yeah, let's do this. Okay. All right, so I'm going to authorize this outgoing transaction. Let's see here. We're going to go to the Ethereum app. Actually, just do it and your ledger device will tell you to open the Ethereum app, right? It's smart that way. Okay, there it is. Break it down. There it goes. Open the Ethereum app, please. So I'm going to hit both buttons. Okay, and then it should come up with the authorization or the review transaction interface. I'm going to move over here. There's my 0.05. There's the address I'm sending to on Coinbase. There's my fees. Accept and send. Remember, it was like $10.26, something like that. All right, now I'm done with the device, right? I don't have to worry about the device. Once you have authorized the transaction, you can disconnect the device. It's not necessary anymore. It's away, right? The die is cast. You've shot the cannon, right? There's nothing the cannons can do anymore to adjust the trajectory of the cannonball, right? It's gone. It's like after you do that golf swing, right? And the golf ball goes flying down the fairway. There's nothing you can do with your golf club after that that's going to affect the trajectory of the ball, right? So that's where we're at now. We just authorized the transaction. The Ethereum is on its way to Coinbase, right? Now we can view details here. And it's going to show me, an overview of the transaction. I can click View and Explore. And it'll take me, it says it's successful already. Okay, so let's go over here to Coinbase. Let's get rid of that. Let's go to, they keep changing the interface on me though. But let's say Assets and I want Ethereum. I don't know how I can find it. Oh, here. Is this it? No. Oh, okay, yeah. If I dive down onto Ethereum, I can go to Wallet, right? And it will show me that there is nothing in my Ethereum wallet, right? Balance 0. But I can also see that I have a pending incoming, right, of around $200, right? So we knew that we were sending $200 worth of Ethereum. We ended up paying an extra $10 in fees. That was taken out of the remaining balance of the wallet, right? Now, I don't know what happened to you when you tried to do this earlier and failed. There are a couple of things you can go by. One of them is, like I said, stick with the medium fees or speed them up. If you're like, you know, you're trying to sell and the price is dropping, then speed it up and spend $12 or whatever it was instead of the 10, right? 13 bucks. Don't go cheap, because that's when you could fail, right? The way that when you're sending from your own wallet, the way this works is you're on the Ethereum blockchain, and it's still proof of work right now. So, and I'll explain for Bitcoin and Ethereum. When you send a transaction out onto the blockchain. That transaction is like sitting out there, waiting for a miner to pick it up and process it. That's the way things work, right? There's like this big, area, lobby, where all the transactions are like floating around waiting to get processed, right? Now, the way miners work is they set up their rigs to mine Bitcoin or Ethereum and process transactions, but they set it up with an algorithm which is in their interest, which is, I'm going to mine the transactions with the highest fees first. Why wouldn't you, right? If you're just grabbing transactions that are floating around out there, wouldn't you want to grab the one with the highest fee, right? So when people put low fees on their transactions, they just float around out there waiting to get picked up by a miner for processing, and they don't, right? And if the fee is really low, you might end up having it just puts out and never get processed, right? So, use a reasonable fee if you want your transaction to be processed in a reasonable time. Also, when you're in a black swan event or a mini black swan like early this morning, there's going to be problems on the blockchain and on the exchanges. You can always wait for off-peak hours, whatever that may be, right? Bitcoin and Ethereum are 24 hours, right? But I found, for me, peak hours are like right now, right? In the early evening. That's peak hours. So if it's best, I usually, when I want to do trades and transfers, I usually wake up early, like, 6 in the morning, my time. I'm like awake, or even 4 o'clock in the morning, my time, because nobody in New York is awake yet. Only, a few people, and nobody in LA is up yet either, right? It's like 2 o'clock in the morning for them. So for me, I wake up early Eastern time and do my stuff, right? Because traffic is less. That might help, right? So reasonable fees and off-peak hours, if possible, is going to help you with that stuff. But once your transaction fails and you lose your transfer fee, there's not much you can do about that, right? You can't get it back. Okay, so here we go. Let me go back to that. Having trouble moving. Okay, we got that. $70. That was my advice to Scott Doyle. Thanks for your question, Scott. Where are the opportunities in the crypto market? Well, at the moment, pretty much anything. Even Bitcoin is on sale today, right? So grab some Bitcoin. There are a lot of opportunities in the gaming play to earn sector. A lot of coins out there. Let me just go through my portfolio here real quick on my phone. This is my go-to. I'm just going to tell you the coins that are up today. Let's see. Well, Sandbox is down. SAND. Let's look at that. Okay. Bitcoin's down, right? We can buy some Bitcoin today. Sandbox is a gaming platform, right? Down today, but a good play, a good sector play, right? That was the other one too, Gala. Like you'll hear about these coins, like this coin shot up quite a bit over the last week or so, right? You can see, but you can also see that it's down today, right? Down days are good days to jump in, right? You never know, right? I'm not giving you financial advice, but if you see a coin that's mooning and you're kind of like, oh man, I missed the boat. Well, on a day like today is a good day to scoop up something like that, right? These are both coins that are involved in the gaming sector, right? Engine coin has been up on a tear lately. ENJ. ENJ has been around a while. It's involved in NFTs, right? So, and it's down today, right? So you got your Engine coin. Maybe if you're into that, that's an NFT play. Let's see. There was another one that I was thinking of that was up lately, and it was, what was it? Doggone it. Oh, yeah. Elron Gold. EGLD. Yeah, Elron Gold did something lately. Some kind of announcement of some new phase of their operation, whatever it is. They've got their own blockchain. I'm not a huge fan of Elron Gold simply because it's one of those like funky software based companies where they're more intent on working on their software than they are in keeping their user interface good, right? There's a lot of coins out there that have really horrible user interface. Just horrible. Spaghetti code kind of stuff, in my view. But I'm sure they've got brilliant people coding like blockchain related stuff that's like so good, and but their interface sucks, right? They should have an interface guy on there, software interface. I learned that in college too. Software interface. We took a whole class on that. Software interface. Make it, the end user has to be able to use it. You can have the most brilliant code in the world that like launches missiles or whatever, but if you can't use it, what is it good for? Elron Gold reminds me of that. Anyway, because I had an Elron Gold wallet and it's like I got in there and it wasn't working in my browser right. And I was really pissed off. But I got it to work. Elron Gold is down, right? But it's still pretty much up over, if we look at the last 30 days, see where we're at here? We were up here at 541 just, a couple days back. And so it's way down today. Yeah, you're asking me good opportunities, like everything right now. Everything is pretty much off its highs. Let's see, what else is up today? Polymath. Polymath is another sector. I'm just giving you coins that I see that I can see are up today. Well, it's a little bit down today. But Polymath has been around forever. It's migrating over to their own blockchain, and it's involved in blockchain securities or digitized securities like stocks and bonds on the blockchain. That's a good sector to get into. Mask networks. Like, I don't know what Mask network. I don't understand the big attraction for Mask network. I downloaded it and played around with it a little bit. I wasn't really impressed with it. But it's one of these metaverse plays. I thought I had a wallet. Whatever. It's gone now. That didn't have anything in it. It's up today. Right? So there are a lot of things that are like up on a down day. Right? So I like that about the crypto sector lately, is that you're seeing not everything crashes on the bad days. Pretty much everything is down today. These are a little bit up today, but for whatever reason. But it just goes to show you that It used to be when Bitcoin was down, everything sold off. Everything. Anybody that was holding any crypto was like, forget it, I'm out, right? Now I think people are a little more rational and they can see individual plays within the cryptocurrency sphere, right? In their own, sectors. Not really impressed with mass network myself. Like, it's sort of like internet ISP, what was it? Internet, let's see if I can find it here. Where'd it go? I'll just look for the one that's got a bunch of red. There it is, ICP. I bought this turkey back in like May and have just regretted it every day. If you look at it, right. See, this is the chart of ICP. Like, it was like $461 when it debuted back in May during the height of the early pop, right? This year's early pop. And then it just dove when, when China started chasing the miners out and we had all this regulatory FUD and all this stuff. Well, the rest of the market has recovered, but ICP has not, right? What a turkey, right? It just goes to show you, man, you never know what's going to happen. Who knows? This thing might take off someday. Who knows? All right, I wanted to play around with some crypto, you guys. We'd moved that Ethereum. That wasn't that big of a deal. But what I wanted to do was move something over from Binance Smart Chain over to Avalanche, right? If I could do that. I wanted to show you a little bit of some some farming plays, right? This is what I heard. So let's see here. I just want to catch up a little bit. Okay, so let's play around with moving some crypto from Binance Smart Chain over to Avalanche, and we'll get some Avalanche that way. Now, I'm not sage or anything, but last night I saw that story break about the new variant, and I saw a story that said the futures were down based on that story. So I had a pretty good idea that the market was going to tank this morning, just from past experience. Bitcoin and everything was kind of up yesterday. The market was generally up. It was a holiday, so people were probably buying because they were off, but there was low liquidity. So it was a low liquidity, low volume uptick. And I saw that story, and I saw the story about the new variant of COVID, and I saw the story about the futures, U.S. futures being down, and the Asian markets being down, and the Indian markets being down, and I knew that something crappy was going to happen this morning. So I liquidated, right? So what I did was I went into my Binance Chain wallet. I went over to PancakeSwap, and I looked at some coins that I had been hoping were going to like moon out. But I was like, I'm done waiting for them to moon out. They're worth something now. They were I would look for coins that I knew that were up, but I had a pretty good idea that everything was going to tank this morning. So I got bold, and I said, look, it's like ripping the Band-Aid off or pulling that tooth out. I know it's hard to sell sometimes, right? You're like, I know it's gonna go somewhere. I don't want to sell. It might moon next month, like, but it might not, right? And I knew that everything was gonna tank this morning. So last night I told my wife, I said, do you mind if I go downstairs for about 15 minutes, man? I got to sell some crypto. Right. So I looked at some coins that I had that were in the green, and I was like, all right, I don't care if I don't if I'm not a millionaire, I'm just going to take some profits right now. So what I did was I moved, I swapped coins for Binance US dollar, right? And I hope that this site works. I was having some trouble with it last night and this morning. I don't know why. It says loading, right? I'm waiting for my coin to load. I don't know that if it's because it's busy or what the heck's going on, but actually maybe make sure I'm on the right network. All right, I'm on Binance. So what I do is sometimes I'll flip between wallets and like refresh this and then go back and flip back to the wallet that I wanted to and see if I can get like the balances to load. It's just kind of frustrating. This always happens when I have company. I'm trying to get my balances to load. The wallet is connected, right? You can see the wallet up here. It might be that it's just busy right now. Maybe I could try disconnecting and reconnecting. Maybe that'll do it. Let's try that. Let's disconnect. Let's try connect wallet again. Let's do Metamask. Get that back and just like pray that this thing is going to load for me. Because I don't know, maybe I'm not going to be able to show you this if I can't get this stupid thing to load. Okay, it's not loading. All right. All right, well, let me see if there's any questions. Do you answer long questions? Is it okay if I ask a long question? Why don't you send me an email if it's a long question? Back in the day, Bitcoin was used when buying dirty items on Silk Road. There's no way to track those transactions back to your newly bought Bitcoin. Right. I mean, if you're worried about privacy and anonymity, then you shouldn't be using Bitcoin. You should be buying Monero. It's a privacy coin. It is the transactions are encrypted so that you can't track the buyer and the seller, or the sender or receiver. Still loading. People sell in a panic, yes, and then it gives opportunities to those of us who want to sit around. I've read that some BC is flagged as dirty when you put it on exchange. What if I buy it and then down the road it's flagged for someone else did, and then I cannot make a profit? I've never had my Bitcoin flagged for being dirty. Oh. Why does it say? Oh, it still says it. I don't know where you're buying your Bitcoin. I mean, if you buy your Bitcoin on an exchange, it's probably not going to get flagged for being dirty. I don't know if you're going and buying your Bitcoin in OTC, over the counter, or you're buying it peer to peer from, like, you know, on Bitcoin, localbitcoin.com or something like that. But I'm not too worried about the Bitcoin that I buy because I buy it on Coinbase or, you know, Binance US or an exchange or whatever. I don't know. Boy, this will not load, will it? Man, it's just really peeing me off here. Okay. Jeez. All right. No, not happening. Okay, I want to buy. Just let me see if I can. Will that work? No. Man, this is just not going to work for me tonight. I don't know what the problem is. Okay. Wow. Really would like to show you guys this, but I can't get it to load. Really frustrating. All right, let's try again. Okay. Let's do this. Let's put Metamask in one of the tabs, and then let's go here. This is balance loading. Wow, this is frustrating. I can't get this thing to load. All right, I'm going to switch to a different network and see if that works. Let's do this. Let's go to the Avalanche network, over to Trader Joe's, and see if I can, okay, let's upgrade. Let's switch our wallet over to the Avalanche network up here. Oh, I'm sorry. We'll just do it here. Avalanche, okay. All right, we're on the Avalanche network. Now let's see if we can get Trader Joe's to connect. Okay, there, it's connected, apparently. Let's go to Farm, see if it sees my stuff. Okay. All right, there it is. All right, is that it? Okay, yeah, okay. All right, well, okay, so that worked. Okay. I was going to try and transfer some from the other. Well, actually, why don't we try? Let's see if we can do this. Let's. What was that thing? What the heck is that thing? Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Doggone it. Ah, here it is. AnySwap. Okay, let's try AnySwap. All right. Let's see if AnySwap will work. All right, so we're going to go to, I think it's Bridge. We want to go from BNB. Oh, okay, so it sees my BNB on the Avalanche mainnet. Let's see if it sees it on the BSC mainnet. Ugh, okay. I got to switch back. All right. All right. Okay, so BNB on mainnet, and then we're going to go to Avalanche, right? If we can get this, it must be the Binance Smart Chain is down or overloaded. Aha! Okay, it sees my Binance. Yay! All right, so let's do. Let's go ahead and do 2. Right? We'll move 2 BNB from Binance Smart Chain over to the Avalanche chain. Right? So we'll hit swap here. We'll do 2. We'll sign this with Metamask. Okay. Let's cross our fingers, hold our breath. Do all that stuff. It's pending in Metamask, right? So we're waiting for Metamask to process the transaction, right? Let's pray that this works. I'm probably just going to take this flannel shirt off, man. Woo. Working without a net here tonight, right? We got 2 BNB on the line. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Well, okay, it's pending. Yeah, I'm assuming that it's just like an overloaded night, right? And like I said, okay, there, it did. Okay, it confirmed. Yay. Thank God. Okay. All right, there. All right, so now we can click on that link, and it's going to take us over here. And there it shows us, right, we're going from BSC mainnet over to Avalanche mainnet. And we sent 2 BNB, and we're going to receive 2 BNB eventually, right? Once that completes. Man, I was like, why won't PancakeSwap load? I guess I'm going to have to find another exchange besides PancakeSwap. I don't know what's going on with PancakeSwap, but the cake token is just kind of in free fall lately. All right, so we got all that. Let's go back over to Joe, because we'll buy a little Avalanche. Avalanche apparently is down today. Yeah, let's go back. Let's switch it back to Avalanche chain. All right, and what we're going to see, you see I've already got a little bit of BNB in there, right? 0.3. So we're going to end up with 0.2, 2.3 eventually, right? We'll just wait over here. And the reason I'm doing this, I was going to start by using some of my Binance US dollar and to like put it back in play and then exchange it for BNB and then move some BNB. But that didn't work out for me. I couldn't get it to happen. Just could not make it happen. All right, so we'll just wait here. Let's take a look at what I'm doing so far, though. If we look over in farms, you can see that I have created some liquidity pairs already. I've created a liquidity pair for Joe, which is the native token for the Trader Joe DEX, right, which is on the Avalanche network. So I'm using this because I saw in the Lark, Crypto Lark newsletter last night that this is hot right now. Joe is on a tear. So has Avalanche been over the last couple of weeks. But today, everything's down, right? So, but there, I'm working. I've got some liquidity. My Joe AVX liquidity pair is being farmed right now, and they give you like the current value of it, right? It's like worth around $1,700 right now. My 43 LP tokens, right? The first thing you do is you create your liquidity pair, right? So I believe you go over here. No. Where do you go? Here, to pool, right? Like, for example, if I want to create this liquidity pair, right? I just click on it, and then I tell them, okay, you have to have some time and some AVX in your wallet, right? And then you add an equal amount of both to create this liquidity pair, right? Once you have the liquidity pair, they take the coins out of your wallet, and in exchange, you get LP tokens, the AVX/time LP tokens. As you can see, I don't have any right now, but I do have some Joe AVX, right? And it doesn't show in my wallet because I'm farming it right now. So if we go down here to my farms, you'll see that it's in here, right? But it's not showing up in the wallet. Now, you can also see that I've earned some Joe over the last week. I decided to wait and harvest till we were going to get together, right? Looks like I don't have any AVAX right now. Oh, actually, I think I harvested yesterday. But there's some Joe in there. So let's harvest some Joe, right? By staking this or farming this, we're getting paid rewards in Joe and AVX, or am I not? Oh, I think they took that away. It used to be a double thing where you were getting both. Now it's just Joe. Well, I'm okay with that. Let's harvest Joe. Let's hit confirm here. We'll wait for Metamask to approve that or process that. In fact, why don't we look here and see if we've got anything coming in. Oh, Metamask confirmed already. We're still waiting for the 2 BNB. All right. We harvested our Joe. All right. So now the Joe is, there's no more Joe waiting to be harvested. Right, but we can go over to the wallet. Let's refresh the wallet. And we should have the Joe, right? See, there's the Joe we just harvested, right? Now it's in our wallet, right? The Joe. Now we can go back here, and that's one way to earn, right? I created a liquidity pair, which you'll earn on those too, but you have to be careful of impermanent loss. But you can also farm them and earn even more, right? But I'm also farming this little one, Tractor/AVX, and it's also earning Joe, right? This one it's like $100 or so or whatever. It's not much. I just did it for the heck of it. But we can harvest a little Joe out of there, $2. Nothing to sneeze at, right? $2. About buy you half a cup of coffee. Here's days. Speaking of prices, man, we went to Five Guys Burgers today. You know how much the burgers cost? $10. Like $9.85 for a burger. It's good, but I mean, I remember looking at it and going, yeah, it's $10. And thinking, man, $10. And $10, it was weird that the burger was $10. And it was even weirder that I didn't really care that much. I was like, okay, $10 burger. You want a good burger? You $10, man. You can go to McDonald's and get a piece of junk, or you can go to Five Guys and get a decent, fresh burger for $10. Okay, $10 burger, $5 shake. The shake was $5. It was $4.99. All right, so now we can go back over to the wallet again, and we should have some more Joe than we had before, right? 1.93 Joe, right? So that's ways to earn Joe, right? And we've talked about this before. It's all well and good until the price of the token that you're earning goes down, right? Then the rewards don't seem so good anymore, right? Because Joe, it's great when I'm earning Joe when Joe is $4, but then when Joe drops down to $1.50, it's not so good. All those rewards that I was earning kind of like evaporate as mist before the sun, right? But those are the risks we take when we're in these earning pools. One of the things we can do to mitigate that is to cash out periodically, like convert it over to stablecoin, which does not fluctuate when the market's down. Let's go over here to stake, and you can see that I'm staking Joe and earning this X Joe, which is kind of weird, but the APR is pretty good. I think this means 51% over the last 7 days, which is pretty darn good. 50% over 7 days is pretty darn good. Usually the APR is means per year, right? Annual percentage return. But this says last 7 days APR. Okay. All right. Now, we've harvested some Joe, right? So there's some balance of Joe available. I could drop some more Joe in here. So why don't we do that? Let's max out the Joe that's in our wallet and drop it into this staking pool so that it can earn, right? This is a single coin pool. So we're earning, I don't know what the heck I'm earning here. I guess I'm earning this X Joe or whatever. All right. Just something cool, right? Let's go back over here and see if we're still, okay, it just processed. Notice these are processing pretty good. So AVX, good Avalanche network, pretty good for processing on the network. I think it finished, right? Our Joe went up. Our staked Joe went up. There it is, 147. And now there's 0 Joe in the wallet per se, right? Nothing left in the wallet because it's in the stake pool. Some people get freaked out. They'll tell me, oh, I just staked my coin and now the wallet says it's empty. I'm like, well, yeah, of course it says it's empty because now you're staking it. It's not in your wallet anymore. It's in a smart contract. Go over and look in your staking interface to see what's going on there because that's where it is, right? There it is, 147 Joe, right? Being staked. So the wallet says 0 Joe because there is none in the wallet. It's being staked. It's in a smart contract. There we go. All right. I read, whoops. Okay, we were bound there. Never uploaded ID anywhere, so this is more of a risk than I've ever made online. JDO, okay. Never uploaded your ID. Okay. So you see the pitfall of trying to remain completely anonymous means that you have to buy your Bitcoin anonymously from some other anonymous Bitcoin person who could have tainted Bitcoin, right? That's the risk you take, right? I don't know. There's ways to stay anonymous, but it's very difficult. The first step in being anonymous is to get an anonymous email, which is practically impossible. It's possible, I guess, but have you ever tried going on a VPN and trying to create an email like a Gmail address? You can't, right? Because you cannot create a Gmail. It's a free account, but they will not allow you to create a Gmail account unless you give them a phone number to verify, right? All we want to do is just make sure you're a human, right? Yeah, well, they want my effing phone number, so obviously they're trying to tag me somehow, right? Yahoo Mail, whatever. It's like a endless circle trying to be anonymous and create an email. It's possible, but you got to jump through some hoops, right? So if you don't have an anonymous email, how are you going to be anonymous when you set up your other accounts, right? Almost impossible, right? Hard to be anonymous in today's world, right? I just gave up, right? Just buy some Bitcoin on an exchange and you profit. Okay, let's see here. See, when you sell, you're going to have to use KYC at least. Yeah, so, right. If you want to cash out, you need to use KYC. Unless you can find somebody anonymous that is willing to take your anonymous Bitcoin and sell you something anonymous. I don't know what. Right? I don't know. Are they going to like meet you in a taxi with a bag of cash and you'll transfer the Bitcoin over to them from your phone? That might work. Although we talked about that a few months back. There was some dude that had like $400,000 worth of Bitcoin, right? So I guess he found somebody on Craigslist or whatever the Singaporean equivalent of that is. I think he was in Singapore, right? So he met these guys at a train station, right? He gets into their car and he gets in the back seat and they show him a bag full of money, right? So then he pulls out his phone, he transfers Bitcoin to the guy's Bitcoin wallet, phone to phone. Okay. So good so far, right? Then they pull up to the next corner and kick him out of the car, right? No money, no Bitcoin, right? You're going to have to connect to somebody somewhere, somehow, if you want to take your profit. Or who knows, right? Or like you just hold on to your Bitcoin until that day arrives when they accept Bitcoin for whatever, right? A cup of coffee. Computer, whatever. Let's see here. What are we doing here? Did we ever get this? Did we get this? Yeah, we got it. All right, so we got our 2 BNB on our Avalanche side. So let's go over here to our trading interface, right? We're going to start with BNB, right? Because we got 2 BNB here, right? So let's use one of those to buy some Avalanche, right? Let's do this half, right? Let's use 0.5 BNB to buy some Avalanche. Actually, nah. Let's just buy one. Boom. We'll buy one and we'll buy some Avalanche, right? Swap. Confirm swap. Sign in Metamask. Come on, baby. There you go. Confirm, right? I pretty much bought that Avalanche anonymously. I mean, somebody can track down my IP, whatever, but it's not really connected to me or my identity, right? If at some point in the past I took some Bitcoin or whatever it was to fund my Binance Smart Chain wallet. I don't remember exactly how it all started. I was staking cake, right? I earned money on cake. I sold that cake, and so pretty much I never had to do KYC to go on to PancakeSwap or traders, right? Now, if I draw the attention of the powers that be and they want to like track me down or whatever, but a lot of this is like I'm just hiding in plain sight. All right, let's take now. Let's buy some Joe. And I'm not gonna do the whole. Let's do 0.8, just for the no. Let's do point. Let's just let's do 0.6. All right, 126 Joe. with our BNB. Remember, we converted this BNB from Binance Smart Chain over to Avalanche. You remember? Using AnySwap, right? All right, let's go ahead and make this swap for some Joe, which is the native token of the Trader Joe DEX, which is kind of like the hot DEX for Avalanche right now. We got that. Still pending in Metamask, so we'll let that percolate a little bit. There, it came through. Boom, done. All right. So now we got some Joe. 126 Joe. All right, let's go back over here to our pool. And let's say, okay, I want some Joe AVAX, right? If you remember, now we've got the balances, right? I want to max this out. So 126 Joe, value-wise, is equivalent to about 3.3 AVAX. Let's hit supply. This is where we drop both of these tokens into this liquidity pool, and they give us 17.655 liquidity pool tokens back. Let's confirm that. We'll sign it in Metamask. All right. So transferred some BNB, converted it over to the Avalanche network, used that to buy some AVAX, used some to buy some Joe. I had some Joe and some AVX, so I created a liquidity pair. Boom. Right? Let's see. Can I see it in the wallet? Let's see. I don't know if that... There, right there. 17.65 JLP. Joe liquidity pool. Right? There. It's in the wallet. I can see it in the wallet. Right? It's going to be earning me trading fees just by being there. But I want to do another step. I want to farm it. Right? So let's go over to the farms. Right? Let's go to my farms. You can see I've already got some being farmed right now. Let's put some more in there. Right? As you can see, it recognizes that I've got those LP tokens, right? Those 17.65 blah, blah, blah. Let's just throw those in there with it. Stake. Let's confirm. And now I'll be earning even more Joe, right? Which is all well and good as long as the price of Joe continues to go up, right? Now, or stays the same, right? Joe is down today. My thinking is that it will recover and that it will continue to be a good, solid coin. That's a good investment, right? It may not go moon, but it will steadily increase over time. So there you go. I'm going to earn Joe. And then even if I'm earning Joe and then the price of Joe goes down or whatever and stays down for a while, like a week or two, whatever, I'm still going to be earning the Joe, right? And then when the price of Joe goes back up, boom, it'll be worth it, right? Let's see here. Did it finish? Yeah, right. Because I know it's finished because now there's 0 JLP in my. Let's go back over here. Let's do this and hope to God it shows up. Okay, there. Right. There it is. Now it's staked. Right? I got like 2,400 staked now. So I'll be earning more Joe as I go along. Right? And then I let's see, we got a little extra Avalanche, right? How much Avalanche we got? 2.5. All right. Do you want to move that Avalanche over to the X chain? Okay, we can do that. Do you understand that all they need to do is just hodl it and it'll make them way more than 80K? Okay. I'm fine just holding any buying and selling within the next few years and missing out on big profits. Rex goes live and the crypto market bounces back. Okay. All right. Is the crypto market bouncing back? I don't know. Let's check. 54,422. Well, we'll see. But personally, I'm thinking it's pretty good time to jump in and buy a little more AVX and a little more Joe. Personally, right? I would like to. Let's see if we can go back to PancakeSwap. I want to see if I can. Let's go back over here to not Ethereum but Binance. Let's get out of Joe and AnySwap. We finished those. Let's try PancakeSwap. Because, man, that was like really frustrating that I couldn't get PancakeSwap to load. I would like to sell some of that Binance US dollar if I can, but maybe not. Maybe it won't. Oh, there. Hey, it loaded. Oh, my God. I can't believe it. All right. So let's... Yeah. We're going to flip. We're going to do Binance US dollar. Okay. So we're going to do 1,000 US dollar. Let's see. We're going to just... Let's just do 500, right? So I parked this... I sold off some tokens and parked it over here in Binance US dollar. Right? I'm ready to jump back in, right? So let's buy in. Let's go ahead and buy 1,000. Right? So we're going to buy $1,000 worth of Binance BNB token swap. Because BNB's down, right? Today. And because I parked my tokens in a stablecoin last night, the stablecoin stayed stable. If you count the US dollars being stable, right? $10 hamburgers, right? What are you going to do? Rampant inflation, right? The US dollar is at about as stable as it can be, but a lot of people think it's much more stable than it really is, right? For example, it always loses value. Every single day, every single hour, every second, the United States dollar loses value. We don't talk about whether inflation is up or down or, positive or negative. We always talk about the rate of inflation. It's always positive. If it's right now, they're saying, oh, inflation is 5%, right? It's a rate. The value of the dollar goes down by 5%. I'm just oversimplifying there. Always. It's always positive. It's never negative. It's never like, hey, the value of the dollar is going up, right? You know, the price you paid for a loaf of bread last year, it's higher now than it was. The price that my grandmother paid in dollars when she went shopping was probably like, she could probably buy a full week's worth of groceries for 6 kids with $10. I may be overgeneralizing there. Not possible, right? Now it's $100 or $200 when you go to the grocery store. And I have 2 kids, right? So the US dollar always loses value. And the BLS, the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, massages that inflation number. They don't count fuel and food, right? So if we calculated inflation the way we did back when Jimmy Carter was president, I believe the current rate of inflation is like 15 or 20%, right? They massaged the numbers. They recalculated the way they figured it. So rest assured, the US dollar loses value over time, period. Bitcoin is deflationary, right? Set amount cannot be pumped by the central bank or the politicians or the senators or whoever that are voting for all this stimmy and voting for all, flooding the treasury with new dollars or whatever the heck they do, right? They're pulling dollar bills out of their butthole, right? You can't do that with Bitcoin. And most cryptocurrencies are also have inflation controls, like Avalanche. I know for a fact that Cake token has some, like, they burn it, right? There are certain mechanisms that they do to try to avoid inflation, right? All right, so did our swap work, right? Did it work? What happened? Did I do it or not? I don't think so. Oh yeah, that's right. We sent two over. Yeah. Okay, so it worked, right? We have less Binance US dollar. We have more BNB, right? I replaced that BNB that I sent over to Avalanche. In effect, I did it backwards, but and I didn't really buy exactly two, but my intention was to take that $1,000 worth of Binance US token, buy some BNB, move the BNB over to Avalanche, and then buy some AVAX and some Joe. So I just kind of did it in the opposite order. Right? Let's see here. And yes, you can also manipulate the crypto market as well. Whales can manipulate the price. I mean, it's a fact of life. Markets can be manipulated by the people that hold large amounts. It's just a fact of life. That's how markets work, right? When a bunch of people are in there selling, the markets go down. Right? There's more sellers than buyers. When big guys are in there buying, if collectively everybody's buying, then it tends to drive the price higher. But big people can come in there and trade large amounts, and it moves the markets, right? It's just a fact of life. It happens in the stock market too. The stock market is supposedly regulated, but there's so much insider information going around, and there's high-speed traders that are like doing micro trades on their high-speed computers. And I mean, I always find it humorous that the powers that be are always bagging on cryptos and talking about how they need to be regulated, to protect the consumer, and they're so full of it, man. The traditional finance markets are so manipulated. The people at the top are making all the money. The retail guys are getting screwed. Except recently when all the retail guys banded together and started like buying shorted stock. That was kind of funny. But in the long run, I found this out when I started trading stocks back in the late 90s. It's like the big guys are making all the money. And like another manipulation is that companies will release bad news or good news after the market closes, right? Like they'll wait till the closing bell when then the retail guys can't do anything about it, and they announce bad news, right? And then if you have that stock the next morning, if you want to try and sell your stock on that bad news, you have to wait for the opening bell. And by the time the opening bell hits, whatever stock you had is down like 20% at the opening bell. There's nothing you can do. You get so screwed by these companies that make their announcements after the closing bell. And all the big guys are over there trading in Asia. Whatever, because they can, right? But I can't because I'm just a dude with an eToro or E-Trade account or whatever. U.S. dollar loses buying power, not necessarily value compared to other fiat currencies. Yeah. There are other currencies out there. The U.S. is the strongest one of all, right? Bitcoin always ends up being political at some point, right? We had Hillary Clinton telling us to, Bitcoin is a threat to the U.S. dollar. We're like, yeah, we know that. That's why it's like, that's the whole point. That was funny. Hillary Clinton. Okay. Yeah, so hang in there, guys. If you need money, sell some crypto and try to do it on green days when you can, because this market can be quite horrible at times. I'm going to head on out. I'm sorry if I missed questions. Please shoot me an email, right? My email is in the description down here below. So please shoot me an email if you have any questions. I'm sorry I was all over the map tonight, lecturing and blabbering when you guys probably were throwing some really good questions that I missed. So please, if I did not answer your question, shoot me an email. All right. So don't forget, next week I'll be back to Saturday, I guess, right? This is just a one-time Friday deal. I bought a laptop, which I'm going to be taking on vacation in December. So I might do like an impromptu live stream from my laptop before I leave, just in case, because I'm going to have to use the laptop while we're down in Texas. So look for that as well. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me, and hope to see you again soon.